How a High Desert Homesteader Grows Food All Season. Permaculture Gardening. Section 1. The Heart of the Garden. Building Life with Compost and Soil. Folks, let me tell you something plain and simple. Out there in the high desert, you learn quick what really matters. Your garden is not just dirt. It's not some lifeless medium you just stick plants into. It is a living community, a whole universe of bacteria, fungi, and earthworms that will work for you if you let it. True, lasting abundance does not come from a bag of chemicals. That's a short-term fix with long-term costs. Real vitality comes from rich, biologically alive soil. And the best way to build it, the absolute cornerstone of a resilient garden, is compost. Compost is the foundation of the homestead. It's how we close the loop. We take last year's plants, kitchen scraps, fallen leaves, and good old-fashioned manure and turn it into black gold. This is nature's recycling program, and it's a beautiful thing to see in action. It is not complicated. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Think of it like making a good stew. You need balanced ingredients for the best result. Your browns are your carbon, dry leaves, straw, and old garden debris. They provide the structure. Your greens are your nitrogen, kitchen scraps, and fresh manure. They provide the fuel. Then prime it with a few shovelfuls of finished compost to inoculate the pile with all those good microbes. A hot pile is a good pile. That heat is the sign of decomposition at work, killing weed seeds and pathogens. Turn it about weekly to add oxygen and mix everything evenly. This keeps the process aerobic and smelling earthy, not sour. Your reward for this simple effort: sweet, crumbly compost to feed the soil that will in turn feed you. A good tool becomes an extension of your hand. Cheap, flimsy tools bend and break. Look for heavy steel and strong, solid sockets. Farm auctions and yard sales are treasure troves. Start with a spading fork for digging and prying. It pries roots and rocks better than a shovel. A manure fork turns compost and moves hay and leaves. A broad fork loosens deep soil without flipping layers. An irrigating shovel straight a blade moves loose soil with ease. A Warren hoe makes precise furrows and weeds between seedlings. A garden rake and a springtime leaf rake finish surfaces and gather browns. Use a rake back and forth. Do not chop and bend the tines. Choose shovels with a treaded step for safety and comfort. Hand tools let you work in varied conditions, feel the soil's life, and stay strong. A well-planned garden saves time, energy, and water. Aim for 4-foot beds so you never step on them. Compaction squeezes out air and blocks roots and water. Make paths about 2 feet wide for kneeling and barrows. Orient rows north-south to reduce shading from tall crops. Raised beds are great, but simple hand-mounted beds also work. In dry climates, lower, flatter beds hold moisture and even add edge planting space. Rotate crops to balance nutrients and reduce pests. For seed saving, separate varieties to avoid cross-pollination. Partner with a friend if needed. Keep notes. Observe and adapt to your site. Design once, benefit all season. Successful gardening is all about timing, aligning your planting schedule with the natural rhythm of the seasons. This simple calendar ensures your garden is always productive. In early spring, as soon as the soil can be worked, it's time to plant your cool season greens. Spinach, lettuce, cilantro, dill, and green onions come first. These hardy plants thrive in the cooler temperatures and will give you your first harvests of the year. Run peas down the middle where they can climb a trellis. Use the sides for more greens, maximizing your space. As the soil warms, so carrots. They need loose, rock-free beds to develop straight, healthy roots. Plant onion sets in steady, shallow rows for easy weeding and uniform growth. For potatoes, use small, whole tubers or cut larger ones. Ensure each piece has at least 2 eyes, and let the cut sides dry overnight to prevent rot. Mid-season is for the heat lovers. Beans, corn planted in blocks, sprawling squash, and tomatoes. Corn is wind-pollinated, so it needs a block planting of at least 4x4 for good pollination and full ears. Dry beans are a fantastic storage crop and do well in simple rows about 1 foot apart. If you have the space, you can even grow small patches of barley or wheat for your own grains. To avoid a glut, succession sow crops like lettuce and radishes every 10-14 days for steady, manageable harvests. As summer heat wanes and days cool, it's time for a second wave of cool season crops. Plant more spinach, lettuce, kale, daikon, and turnips, which sweeten with a light frost. Finally, plant garlic cloves in the fall. They'll establish roots before winter and reward you with a bountiful harvest next summer. Plan your garden across the whole season. This strategic approach will keep your beds productive and full from the last frost of spring to the first frost of fall. Good timing means a constant supply of fresh food, a healthier garden, and far less stress for you. Sow smart, rotate wisely, and enjoy the satisfying rhythm of a well-planned garden. Once seeds are in, you become the caretaker. Use gentle overhead watering to germinate large seed beds evenly. For rows, water at the base to reduce evaporation and disease. In cool seasons, you may need very little water. Mulch thickly with straw, spoiled hay, or shredded leaves. Mulch suppresses weeds, holds moisture, and tempers heat and cold. Hill or mulch potatoes to keep tubers covered and ungreened. Be ruthless thinning, start with a rough pass. Return to set final spacing for size and airflow. Thinnings are tender, early harvests. Weed a little and often. It beats facing a jungle later. Handweed close plantings. Hoe where rows are wide. Compost your weeds. Turn problems into fertility. Care adds up. Less stress for you, more vigor for crops. Pests and diseases happen. Balance is the goal. Healthy soil grows resilient plants that resist attack. Prevention is your first defense. Avoid harsh chemicals that harm allies and soil life. Use neem oil for soft-bodied pests. Spray evenings and coat leaf undersides. Diatomaceous earth dehydrates crawling pests. Dust lightly at the base. Trap crops like comfrey can concentrate grasshoppers away from food crops. A simple grasshopper spray uses sugar, molasses, and a little peroxide in water. Walk the garden daily. Catch issues early. For mildew, a diluted milk spray on sunny days can knock it back. Work with nature as a steward, not a warrior, and resilience follows. The reward for a season's hard work is a pantry full of nourishing food, a tangible connection to the land that will sustain you through the colder months. To begin, cure garlic and onions in a shaded, airy place. This crucial step allows the necks to dry completely and the skins to become papery, protecting the bulbs from rot. Then braid their stems or place them in mesh bags for cool, dry storage where they can last for many months. Similarly, cure winter squash in a warm spot for a week or two. This process hardens their rinds, creating a natural armor for long-term storage. No root cellar? No problem. You can make a simple and effective storage trench right in your garden. Just line a shallow trench with straw, place your unwashed roots inside and cover them with more straw and soil. Insulate the trench with a thick layer of hay bales to keep the contents from freezing solid. All winter long you can dig a little and eat fresh, pulling perfectly crisp vegetables from the earth. Store cabbages with their roots still on in slightly damp sand. This method can keep them fresh for months. Keep potatoes in a cool, dark and humid place to prevent them from greening, sprouting or shriveling. For seed potatoes next year, trim the tops to protect the crowns from rot and ensure a healthy start. With your well-stocked larder, you can make simple, nourishing meals from storage all winter. Preserve your harvest further with healthy ferments like sauerkraut. Just shred your cabbage, salt it, and pack it tightly. Growing, harvesting, and storing your own food builds a deep sense of security and resilience that money simply cannot buy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more than gardening tips. See you in the next video. Happy gardening!